Okay. We are back in a Tithe and Blood after 3 weeks.
Mm,
And,
two.
two? Okay.
Mm.
And Melty and I have been trying to figure out what exactly is happening. And Melty mentioned that we went to another bar. That was with, Librarian and her friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And then it was just like, okay, I need you to find someone else to date. Then the witch dropped in
Yeah.
another timeline who could never
Yeah, and
leave.
then also, oh, I forgot about the blood scythe too. She was like, "Yeah, I made a blood scythe," and it's like, "Girl, are you okay?" Like,
It's just like, no, you made a death thing.
yeah, like I like how even the sorcerer was like, "Wait a minute, that that's kind of fucked up. Are you okay?"
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, hopefully the game does not crash. Okay, good. I
Yes.
was scared of the crash. Let me say I'm taking a drink of water. Hours become days, days into weeks. My health keeps declining, each experiment leaving me increasingly frail. It's not only my body failing me these days. My university work is becoming sloppy, and lectures are more difficult than ever to get through. I can't concentrate at all anymore, making studying an exercise of frustration. Most days are now largely spent asleep, between exhaustion from bloodletting and simply disinterest in being awake. I have no interest in dealing with a world I'm increasingly falling out of. Um, we need therapy. And also,
Yeah.
we need to stop.
If if we're slowly dying and also we're depressed, yeah, it's time for therapy.
Like that's the thing. Is like she's just like, oh, but I'm just like I have to. I keep messing up, and I kind of want to do. I want to keep on going to do it right. It's like, girl,
Yeah.
you realize you are actively dying,
Yeah.
and that's
I
where
don't think
it's
she realizes though.
yeah.
That's why she needs therapy.
I imagine if she went to a therapist, they'd be like, you need to stop. We're gonna put
No,
you.
they put her in admission immediately.
Oh, 100%. So I found the solution. A pigeon can be had for 1,000 yen. Uh, we killed the pigeon? Uh,
I mean, better than killing ourselves,
That's fair.
I think.
What's kind of sad, as soon as I said that, I have pigeons if I just as a reminder. Both of them, they looked at me when I said, "But we killed a pigeon."
They were like, excuse me?
They're like, "What did you say?" I'm sorry, Fezzik. I didn't mean it. They contain about 19 milliliters of blood on average. Oh, I don't want to read this.
You can read it.
What's
I
up?
don't have pictures.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
My hand grips the tap hatchet tight, knuckles whitening. Refusing to look away, I keep my eyes locked to the squirming bird held tightly to my desk. As if to rebel against this obscene accident, my body begins to hyperventilate. I can't stop my hand shaking, only adding to the confused pigeon's distress. Its cooing briefly pierces through my adult thoughts. This is insanity. No reasonable person would do this to an animal. Realizing I'm talking myself out, I shake my head to try and refocus. No, this is necessary. I've come this far. I need to do this. If there were any other way I'd take it, I'd exhausted every other option. For Yasua's sake, I have to. Why? Why can't anything I do work out? You said I was smart. You said I could do whatever I set myself to. That's how it's always been before. So why won't this work? This is the only thing I really wanted to do. Why can't this go right?
母さん、父さん。
Now I wonder if that reasonable meant the killing or the content of the context. I think it's the context of the killing. Cause like, yeah, people, I live in the South. Like, people go and hunt, and that's just like it's a sport. It's fun for them. But this is like, if you tell someone, "Hey, I want a pigeon," and then you come back to this person, the same seller, like week after week, I need a pigeon. I need a pigeon. That's
Yeah.
that's a little weird, and that's going to send out some red flags. And that was the only parts where I'm just like, I don't like that. And I get it, like she's desperate, but at the same time, I don't know. It's really there are other things to do, but this is a depressed, one track mind person at the moment.
So I just want to point out there are two eligible ladies, bachelorettes even, who are in the vicinity. We could just date one of them.
Yeah, we can date the librarian, her friend, or even the business lady that was also like, I'm assuming the business lady is an eligible person.
I'd hope so.
I'd hope so.
Why do we have to go for Yasue?
Okay, well here's a spoiler. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know if it's a spoiler. Depending on how you take it. There are no branching paths for this game, by the way.
It's one of those. Got it.
Yeah, I was really hoping there would be, but apparently it's just a one-way track. It's a story you read, and I'm like, okay, that could be really good or really bad.
I mean, hopefully it's good.
Yeah,
It makes sense for the game because like a tithe in blood, like you kind of continue to need people to take tithes in blood.
mm. Okay, I can go from here.
私はただ支えてくれる人が欲しいだけなのに。
I just want somebody to help me. Leaning against the wall of the grand kabuki venue for support, I patiently wait for Yasue's performance to end. Voices faintly murmur from inside, the actors bellowing in anger, adoration, violence, and sadness. Cacophony of emotion, all directed by one woman. Someone turned their book into a game instead of a cause and effect game, not uncommon. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, visual novels, I don't mind when visual novel goes a one pathway. It's like, it's not horrible. Like, I really do feel like the multiple choice aspect of visual novels makes me anxious because I don't know what's the right choice. But I get that's the point. Like, is this the right choice for this character for what I want? And then, you know, obviously I might choose the wrong answer. And then I have to replay the game, and that's replayability.
And then there's Doki Doki Literature Club, where no matter what choice you make, it is going to be the wrong one.
True.
It's like, hey, you remember this? We believe in the imagination of choice.
Yeah, illusion of free choice.
Yeah.
The toll of having to use my own blood is now becoming impossible to ignore. My heart once again beating wildly and my breathing ragged. The first time this happened, I panicked and made it worse. Now it's something I can at least control. All I can do is remain calm, clutch my chest, and try to stabilize my breath. I should see a doctor, but I know full well why this is happening. Trying to explain the scars, too, would be...
And hear me out, you know. You should probably still see a doctor.
You should probably go see a doctor anyway, and like something to help you. Like if you really want to continue doing this, which I do not recommend, then see a doctor and be like, hey doc, I'm running low on iron. I've been feeling really like not so well. If you want to avoid the whole like, I don't want to talk about scars and cutting.
Right. Be like, hey, I'm just not doing great.
Yeah, I just have low iron count. Can you like do my blood checks real quick? Like, okay, yeah. Looks like you're looking pretty low. Here are some supplements. Here's a recommendation plan, and just something to help alleviate a little bit. It's not gonna like change the whole like problem that you're having, but it would help a little bit.
A little something better than nothing.
Oh yeah, 100%. Thankfully, I managed to settle myself just in time for visitors to start leaving the theater. A handful stroll out silently, but most gossip and chatter away with friends and family. Then eventually, an ashen-haired woman dressed in elegant yellow flowers follows. Good morning, Yasue. She turns to me and smiles at first, but the corners of her mouth tug downward at the sight of me. Probably like, girl, why are you so pale? Why are you so pale?
Why do you look like you going down?
Are you all right? I'm fine. She's tired.
Yasue, she's gray. I think you know the answer to that question.
Yeah. If you could see your ghostly face, you wouldn't be saying that. I shrink at her criticism, unused to her being so graven in her tone. After all, I did to come here. This is the welcome I received. She cares about you.
Yeah, like, how dare she actually care about her friend's health?
I did all this to come see you. Yeah, but you're actively killing yourself. Could you not do that?
I was like, I did all this to see you. You're gray.
God. You don't need to rush. I have all the time in the world, Honoka. True, like Yasue
Literally.
is stuck in a time vacuum. Like, I get it. Like, you're depressed. I have to go see her every day, and like you're in love. That you connected with her, but at the same time, she's like, look, take your time. Come like once a week. We can make a big deal of it, but like, take care of yourself.
Maybe once a month, like, you know.
Yeah, give your body
Let your
time.
blood replenish. Although, technically, repeated bloodletting, even if it's once a week or once a month, is still going to kill someone.
Oh, 100%.
That's just a whole thing.
I don't, though. Backed up against the wall, quite literally in this case, I surprised myself with my stubbornness. She seems to take the hint, grimacing a little, but letting go of the point. At least allow me to treat you to another meal. You need something to sustain yourself. About that. Passing man leaving the venue congratulates Yasue, to which she responds out of firm necessity. For all her power, she insists on treating others well rather than indulging in hubris. I push myself from the wall and pull up beside her as she finishes talking to him, the two of us setting off despite her lingering doubts. The stupor when I first drank with you, and the food we shared a few days ago, I didn't feel an ounce of them once I returned from this world. I mean, that makes sense, but I guess, you know, while we're here in this world, you can eat with me, so that way you at least feel somewhat better. When you go back to your world, that's your problem. But like here, I can help you.
Your problem is crazy.
Well, what else can I say? It's like it's
That's
like
valid.
because like Yasuo's like, look, I'll help you. I love you. I'm gonna take care of you while you're here, but I cannot do anything when you go home. But I'll do what I can to make sure that you're comfortable while you're here.
それでもしかしたらと思ってこの前ここに来た時元の世界の様子をスマホで動画撮ってみたの。
I think I might have found why after setting my phone to record me during my last visit.
この現象は移動じゃないみたい。スマホに映ってたのは3時間くらい私が床に倒れてる映像だった。
It doesn't seem to be transportation as such. The result of the experiment was a 3-hour video of my limp body collapsed on the floor. Oh no. I see. I have been doing well in avoiding overly modern terms, but as she tries to wrap her head around the idea of recording video with a phone, I see this may have been a step too far for Yasuo's frame of reference.
つまり、ほのかの体そのものは移動していないということかしら。
If I understand you right, your body isn't being transferred at all. I give a quick nod as we walk on, my thoughts feeling all this more firm as I give voice to them. Having someone to simply bounce ideas off of is a welcome feeling.
Like your consciousness is all that's getting transferred, or like
魂と
that'd be interesting, actually.
Yeah.
言ってたよね。
You said the soul is separate from the body, right?
ええ、あなたは魂だけがこの世界に転送されていて、体は元の世界に残っていると言いたいのね。
So your thinking is the soul is being transferred, while the body stays. Not a bad theory.
それなら私の体が残っていた理由の説明がつくと思う。鏡が私に向けられて映った像は自由に動き回れるけれど本体はそのまま残ってると言えばいいのかな。
That would explain why my body remains, almost like a mirror is being held up to me, with the image free to wander, with the original remaining.
面白い発見だこと。知らないところで忙しくしているようね。
That's an interesting find. Sounds like you're being busy. Teasing on her optimism, I decided to try and help settle her worries.
魔法の研究以外にも最近はちゃんと家事もしてるんだ。掃除に整理整頓、書類の片付けもね。家をきれいにしておくのって意外と達成感あるんだね。
Beyond working
Hanukkah, you don't think she could tell you're lying?
Yeah,
You don't think she can tell?
I'm doing so well. Like I'm organizing the house. Like I'm positive and everything's great. It's like, girl, no, we all know it's okay.
And, like, it's not okay, but like it's gonna be alright.
Yeah. Beyond working out how this magic works, I've taken to housework as well. Cleaning, organizing, paperwork, that sort of thing. There's a surprising sense of satisfaction in maintaining the house and its affairs. Don't you also live alone? Like, I get
Yeah.
it. Like, also living alone, like, I remember when I first moved out by myself, it was a lot of work and tiring to do all that. But, like, once you get a hold of your cleaning and house stuff, I was able to, like, maintain, like, the sense of cleanliness, like, consistently. But
I guess it doesn't help that, she's always has blood everywhere, so.
true. She's like, yeah, I'm also cleaning all the blood that's everywhere. And then, like, I wake up and I have to constantly buy new shirts because there's blood everywhere. It's large for one person. Too large. But the extra work and its upkeep was a blessing in disguise. My body does what it wants to these days. The more I keep myself busy, the less time I have to ruminate.
I guess it makes sense because it is such a big house, and so it probably takes a lot to like kind of take care of.
Yeah. Imagine living alone in this economy. I wish. Listen, when I first moved out, my apartment was a one bed, one bath apartment. It was okay size. It was $600 a month. And then Peanut moved in with me. And it made things a little bit easier. But I think that was the most reasonable, like, rent I've had to pay. Because the next place I went to was like $1,000 a month. And then they tried to change it to 1,500 a month, like a year or two later. And I'm like, nah, that's too much for me. I'm out.
Best place that I think I've ever lived was like 500 a month for like a room in someone else's apartment.
But I mean, this was also like in the bad part of the town that I was in for 600 a month. So it is what it is. Like I
You gotta
paid for
be.
what I got, but like that was my first place living out. I can't imagine anyone who lives out in the New England or California area or Texas area for that matter. I know those three places are like extensively like expensive for no reason. Cost of living is great, guys. We love it.
It's so bad out here. Help me.
大丈夫。なんとかやってる。ただ、
I'm doing all right, I think. Yeah, of course that would happen. Before the words even leave my mouth, my sense of balance suddenly goes wild, as if the world were suddenly rocking below my feet. Dizziness overwhelms me as I try to stay upright, my vision shifting about. Honoka! Yasue catches on just as strength leaves my knees, collecting me in her arms as my body falls.
So, at the drop of a hat, just fine.
Not wanting to appear weak, I reflexively take a step back from her. Far from helping the situation, I almost throw myself backwards in a heap before staggering and righting myself. Knowing any recovery is only fleeting, I stumble over to a bench at the side of the street and fall into it. Clutching my head, I close my eyes to try and stop the rush of contradictory senses overwhelming me. Still nauseous, I slowly open my eyes once more. The day finally came, where my bloodletting finally got the better of me. Looking back to Yasue, her look of worry and exasperation is everything I'd hoped to avoid.
ほのか、あなたはいつも
Honoka, you always... Frustration nearly boils over, only controlling her outburst after noticing I'm in no mood to deal with it. After all I've tried, I still can't live up to any expectations for myself.
無理をしているのは分かっていたわ。
I knew you were overdoing this.
お願いだから、ここに長くいようとしないで。あなたの世界にも、あなたを必要としている人はいるでしょ
Please don't spend too much time here, I beg of you. You have others in your world, don't you? Wouldn't they miss you as well?
News. Bad news, Yasue.
Yasue, I gotta tell ya. No, I don't. Well, the thing is, though, is that, like, is that Honoka does have the potential for having people, to having new friends or new relationships, but being depressed and being not necessarily antisocial, but like anxious, I suppose.
Mhm.
And obviously,
Yeah.
depression like takes a big toll of that because I understand. I was in the same boat where like I didn't feel I felt like I would be a burden. I felt like I would make other people uncomfortable. So I was just like, I'm just gonna cloister myself, even though I know you're trying to be friends. I don't want that right now.
Right.
And
For sure.
yeah, and I think that's just a problem to where it's like Honka's gonna, probably have an outburst, just be like, no, you don't understand, no one likes me, and then, everyone in the presence gonna be like, what are you talking about? We think you're great. We love you. Like, we want you to be with us.
We would like you to not die.
Yeah.
いないよ、そんな人。
There it is.
友達はいないし、おじいちゃんもおばあちゃんも。
Not
遠くに
really.
住んでる。
I don't have any friends. My grandparents live far away. Depression and Amy are one hell of a combo. Yeah. Yeah.
新しい司書さんと仲良くなったって言ってたじゃない。
You mentioned getting to know the new librarian?
しのさんのこと？うん、賑やかな人だよ。あんまりよく知らないけど、私とは考え方の違う人だと思う。
Shino, yeah. She's
そうい
lively.
うこと？
I wouldn't say I know her very well, but she probably thinks differently. She's that sort of person, I think.
そう、それでもいいと思うわ。ほのかはいつも一人ぼっちだと思わせるところがあるから、孤独に陥るのは簡単よ。
I'm glad. You have a familiar air of solitude about you. I know all too well how easy it could be to fall into a lonely existence.
私は 安江とは違う。安江はいろんな人に囲まれて生きてる。大勢の前で歌舞伎を披露して、知らない人とも気兼ねなく話せて、誰かといることで元気になれるんでしょ。
I'm not like you, Yasue. You have everyone here for company, and put on kabuki plays in front of big crowds. You talk so easily to complete strangers, and being around others fills you with energy.
Ooh, I feel that.
私にはそれができない。人間関係が難しすぎるよ。
People are too difficult for me. I can't do any of that. The words are little more than a murmur as I look downwards. It's hard to open up to someone like this, especially after so long. Her expected reassurances and light-hearted chatter are replaced by an uncomfortable silence, only made the more pointed by the noise of those around us. I bashfully glance back up to Yasue, but her expression is difficult to read. She looks weary. Weary beyond her years.
安江？
Yasue? She heaves a great sigh, composing herself with a melancholic resolve.
ごめんなさいね、ほのか。初めて会った時からあなたを騙していたの。
I'm sorry, Honoka. Ever since we met, I've been deceiving you
それに私自身も
and deceiving myself. With quiet determination, he takes one stride back after another into the center of the street. Busy as a thoroughfare may be, people flitting about her hardly give so much as a glance as they maneuver around like fish in a river. My heart racing at how little heed she gives them, I come to my feet and step towards her. As my mouth opens to yell in warning, her eyes stop me. She looks so sure of what she's doing, yet I don't understand her at all. Her eyes close, people moving about the both of us. Then, with that unnatural yellow glow, her eyes open wide with a start. For a moment, I'm lost as to what she's done. A second passes before the realization finally hits. Every last person around us has stopped. Confused by the surreal experience, my head flicks this way and that at the people who were passing us just moments ago. As if hitting pause on a video, not one human in this world moves a millimeter. Not one breath nor blink.
どうなっているの？
What's happening?
わからないかしら。
You know, don't you? With this, a man beside her slowly disappears from head to toe, the now familiar yellow glow of her magic following his body as it vanishes. The actors on her stage disappear just the same. What was one becomes two who disappear. Then three, four, and a multitude of all about us simply wipe from existence. All the while, her tired eyes stare into mine. The terrible realization finally hits, my heart sinking. Every last person in the world beyond Yasue,
みんな本物じゃなかったのね。
they weren't real. In the distance, the old man walking alongside his horse-drawn tram stands frozen. He was one of the first I met upon finding this sealed world. Without ceremony nor drama, he simply vanishes. All that remains are myself and this woman before me, the only two who ever truly existed.
私がこの世界に封印された時 に連れてこられた人はいなかった。あなたがここで出会った人は皆、私が魔術で生み出したもの。
When I was sealed away, no other was taken with
見な
me.
ければわからないほど上手に偽装できているでしょう。
Everyone you've met here is simply a conjuration. A body without will, fake just well enough to be believable without too hard a look.
でもどうして？
But why?
狂わずに済むようによ。私は知人や友人の代わりとなる幻影を作り出した。やがて他人に囲まれて普通の生活を送っているという妄想に陥った。
Caught myself going mad. I created these apparitions to take the place of those I knew. In time, I allowed myself to fall into the delusion that I was living a normal life of some sort, surrounded by others.
でも結局狂ってしまったようね。
I suppose I really did go mad in the end. Her voice is forlorn, almost pitiable. A woman whose very psyche has been reduced to nothing, admitting her sanity is based on no more than a lie, told to herself. The only company she's had in over 100 years is me.
一緒にいる人のいない永遠とも言える時が長すぎたのね。
Eternity is a long time without company. It's no more complicated than that. The woman before me took every effort to comfort me when I was lost here. She's so kind and gentle to someone who offered her nothing in return. You can do such wondrous things, yet faces an eternity alone. When the lady who has been here for who knows how long, alone, even tells you, hey, you need to relax and probably not, like, do what you're doing, you need to take a step back, I feel.
You need to take a step back, but now I'm sad. Now I'm sad.
I'm so lonely. But even I realize that you're kind of fucked up. My parents said I had the ability...
Get therapy.
Nah, we don't need therapy. Therapy didn't exist back then.
It should have.
It
Maybe
should have.
then she would have been locked in an eternity by herself.
My parents said I had the ability to achieve anything. My friends said I was clever. Everyone lavished praise on me, telling me I should go to university and become someone greater. For all that praise, Yasue is a better person than I could ever be. Why is she the one stuck here? Why was I the one
Hold
to
on.
tease her? Huh?
I realized what this is. She has gifted child syndrome.
Oh no. You know, the signs are there.
That's all this is.
The signs are there.
It makes so much sense now.
You stop and you live or keep going and die kind of means that the visits would be eventually short-lived. It's a break from insanity of being alone.
Yeah.
And like she was like Yasue doing the illusions to like keep her mind mentally going or just stimulating in some way so that way she doesn't go insane from being alone. Then Honoka Shona being the change, which is nice. Like, hey, you are helping me with my loneliness. But if it results in you dying, then like that doesn't help either of us, because you dying would make her would make me like even more upset, because now there's no one else that can come back here.
I mean, consider this. Right now, she's dealing with the loss. She's dealing with the potential loss of the only person she has seen in years. So, in that kind of situation, it's just like, if you die, your death is on my hand.
Yeah.
And considering that it must have been something serious, like, people don't usually get locked up in, like, didn't she say, like, her sister did the locking situation?
Yeah. You don't get locked up in time prison for a minor crime.
Right. So there's definitely, my assumption is that she sees something in Honoka that she saw in her sister.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I don't want to go through that again.
Why was I the one to tease her with a fleeting glimpse of the outside world, which she could never see?
そんなの不公平よ。
It's not fair.
野生は素晴らしい人なのに、こんなのあんまりよ。
You're such a wonderful person. You don't deserve any of this.
人生で一番辛いのは時に不公平を受け入れなくてはならないということなの。それは
The worst part of life is accepting that things are sometimes unfair. That's not something...
ほのか
Honoka? Tears streamed down my face at the life she's been forced to lead. The idea of an eternity alone, tormented by the same grief I felt many times over.
死の魔法を調べているけど、どうやってもうまくいかないの。解決手段を見つけたくて精一杯頑張っても、自分をどんなに傷つけても。
I keep studying blood magic, but nothing I do works. No matter what I try to find a solution, no matter how much I hurt myself to try and achieve something, Everyone had such high expectations of me. I always achieved highly in my schoolwork and club activities. Everything felt easy if I thought a bit about it. There was one thing I could never bring myself to say. I just have to try harder and things would work out. If the one time I want to do something for myself, to save her from this horrible fate,
できない。こんなの無理よ。野生を助けられない。
I can't.
私にはそんな力なんてない。
I can't do this. I can't save you, Asue. I'm not good enough. She's not asking to be saved, though.
But for someone who has gifted child syndrome, right, which is, I'm going to just go forth and assume she has gifted child syndrome, the ability of being powerless, of not being able to save the person you care for, is the ultimate failure.
Yeah, no, I get that. Where she's like, she's like thinking that I have all this ability to learn all this, but I'm not good enough to be able to do this little thing for you.
Right.
All the praise was a lie. I'm useless. Everything people had built me up to be was a lie. As soon as my parents left me and I had to stand on my own feet, I became a useless, ugly person. She also doesn't deserve this. She doesn't deserve any of this. I feel her arms embrace me, her hand gently stroking my hair as I sob into her chest. I want to push her away, embarrassed at my worthlessness, but I'm too pathetic to even manage that. Instead, I fall apart in the very arms of the woman I failed to save.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I repeat the words over and over. All I can think of is how sorry I am. Sorry that when I alone could help her, I failed. She offers to speak as she holds me. What words could be useful in a time like this? Instead, I feel tears falling onto my hair. There are no comforting words to be had for either of us. Nothing can fix what we've lost. All we can share at this moment is our grief. Your turn.
Mhm. The uncomfortably hard chair presses into my back as I turn another page. Orange stained sunlight washing over the text inside. My routine is now settling back to normality. The waning hours of the day spent studying for coursework rather than other matters. Chino goes about her business as well. The quiet patter of books being filed onto shelves, all being all that's to be heard. Everyone else had long since gone home for the day, or headed downtown with friends and lovers. It's been several days since the last meeting with Yasua. The time I spend away from her feels so much longer these days. The later era feels like little more than filler, with my true life being that in the Meiji world with Yasua. That strange, surreal world that only we share. I couldn't deny her heartfelt begging to stay away, so I stay here for now. There's reason to be thankful, though, as I feel a certain weight, as though I feel like a certain weight been lifted from my shoulders for the shared airing of our grief. Before I know it, a sigh escapes my lips. How slow the time passes. My attention is being taken by Sheena, turning towards me. The corner of her mouth curled into a self-assured smirk.
その表情は何？
What's with that expression?
私の聞き間違いじゃなければ、今のは恋する乙女のため息だね。
If my ears don't deceive me, that's the sign of a maiden in love. I evasively look away, but the blood rushing to my cheeks tells her all she needs to know. Love. How odd and foreign a word. I never did understand the students who hung from each other's arms with dumb grins. Romance movies never appealed to me to begin with, and the concept felt so abstract in my core study. They were words on a page, nothing more. Yet, rolling the word around in my mouth somehow feels like a tempting. This yearning to be by Yasuo's side, for her to look at me the way that I want, perhaps if that feeling really is what everyone always wanted. She may be older than I, and a maid with power, while I could only dimly grasp. But even so, I love her. I can only wonder how she sees me.
やだな。詮索する気はないって。恋してる人の香りを楽しみたいだけ。
Don't worry, I'm not gonna cry. Just enjoying the scent of romance on the air. She grins widely, but my thoughts are elsewhere. I find myself unable to come up with a response, coming to terms with my small revelation in front of a near stranger.
そうだ。悪いけど、今日は早めに締めさせてもらっていいかな。ちょっと用事があってさ。
Oh, to ask, but do you mind if I close up early today? I need to run some errands.
それは私が決めることじゃないから。
That's not really for me to say.
ほんの数分だからね。他の職員は気づきはしないって。
It's just a few minutes. The other staff won't mind. She airily waves off any suggestion this might be a problem. My bemusement only barely hit her. I wonder how many others have this kind of work ethic. With her box of books now empty, she places the last one in place. I place a scrap of paper in my textbook for a bookmark and pack it away. I put on my coat and sling a bag over my shoulder, noting that the next train should be soon, going on my phone.
あ、急いで出なくていいよ。ついでだし、駅まで一緒に行こうよ。
Oh, you don't have to hurry. We might as well head to the station together, right? I don't mind taking the train, as long as it may take. Everyone keeps to themselves. The rattle of carriages and quiet chatter of students and kids also provides a bit of a nice ambiance. Never did I imagine it'd be a shared experience. Those peaceful thoughts are long gone. All I can do is keep my eyes into this window the entire time, watching the scenery scroll by rather than risk staring. At least she just played with her phone rather than chat. The crunch of snow heralds two sets of feet walking up the street. The paths here are less tended to than the city, crudely shoveled to make a walkway a little more. Closed for street signs poke out of the snow, piled to the side, along with the odd, pitiable bare tree. Everything here is newly built, not to say expensively so. The oldest house is likely 20 or so years old. Not that Blackie style. Not that the Blackie style apparently changed much from decade to decade. My parents noted in passing how they had their house built when moving here. As condensation billows from my mouth with every breath, I found myself looking forward to a hot bath. Thankfully, my coat is still going strong, despite its age. It might not be fashionable, but the heavy cotton is thick.
歩くの早いね。やりかけのゲームでもあるの？
You were blessed. Looking forward to some video games?
ゲームはあまりしない。いつもこれくらいの速さで歩いてる。
I don't play games much. This is just my normal pace, I guess.
もうちょっとゆっくりしなよ。人生は長いんだし、そんなに急いだっていいことないって。
You should slow down. Life is plenty long enough. There's no need to rush. Look how easy it is to say for someone as carefree as her. Quietly bothered, I close myself off and try to just focus on getting home. I hope wherever Shino needs to go, it comes by soon. Yet again, I have still had trouble seeing Shino as someone my age. She finds joy in everything she does, and everyone she meets. There are worse traits to have, I suppose. It isn't long before I noticed the lack of footsteps beyond mine. For a moment, I think she's voicing herself voicing her point about my pace. But turning back shows her to be preoccupied with her leg. She's grabbed onto her right thigh with both hands, but even as she jerks it about to and fro, her knee doesn't move from its current angle at all. I'm about to ask what's wrong before she resorts to more brutal muscle, hitting the side of her knee rather violently with the side of her bald foot. After 3 good hits, it suddenly limbers up and begins flopping about. It's unnerving to see a limb moving around so naturally, but Chino's apparently satisfied. She tests her weight on it.
Okay.
Girl, that's not.
冬場はいつもこうバカみたい。
Stupid things. Winter always makes them see.
義足なの？
Prosthetics? My stomach drops the moment the words escape my mouth. I want to run away as she knows that and looks up in realization that another person was with her.
バレちゃったか。
Looks like the secret's out.
ごめんなさい。私知らなくて。
Sorry, I really didn't.
ああ、別に隠してたわけじゃないしね。趣味で義足を作ってるくらいだし、気にしないで。
Well, it wasn't really a secret in the first place. One of my hobbies is crafting prosthetics for myself, even. Don't worry about it. Before I can sprint home and while cringing, she quickly skips up with a set of now quite operational legs.
もうだいぶ前のことだからね。心配しなくていいよ。
It was a long time ago. It's not worth worrying about. To think she lost what seemed to be both legs by going by how she spoke. I had no idea. They looked so normal. Everyone seems to have lost something or someone. But when I start getting to know them,
義足ってそんなに自然に動くんだね。言われないと気づかなかったと思う。
I've never seen prosthetics move so normally. I never would have picked up on it. Even I can tell this is getting too personal for Shino. The woman hesitating to reply. Our walk reached its end as we reached my house. For once, Fortune smiles at me with a chance to end our conversation.
じゃあここで。
I have to go, so
ここがほのかちゃんち？いいね。
this your house? That's cool. Glad for the break from the topic. She looks up the nondescript topic for a few moments. Her expression is little more than passing interest before she waves goodbye.
じゃあ、またね。
I'll be seeing you around. Later. For a few moments, I watched the odd woman stroll away without a care in the world. She has a certain free spirit to her, but that's all I can pin her down on. What an odd person to be so fleeing and present. Following the memory away as one of life's meaningless little things, I fumbled in my pocket to retrieve my key ring and let myself inside. Once again, alone. Slipping off my shoes and setting the bag up around my shoulder. Setting off the bag around my shoulder. A troublesome thought runs through my mind. Entering the bedroom with a quickening heart. My feet step lightly over the stains of my work and come to a stop on my desk. Isabella's book is where it always is. With the well-used laptop beside him. Everything's exactly as it was. I was just being paranoid. I rub the back of my neck to ease my self-induced anxiety, telling myself off again. Myself off for gathering yet another bad habit. Logged to the computer, glancing over at the folder containing copious translations and notes on blood magic. Yasue might ask me to let go, but I can't just stop trying. Forget she knows to pass by my house, though. I turn it off and close the drawer, the laptop, sliding it into a drawer. It's just to keep things neat, I tell myself. How ironic that someone with a reputation of being meticulously organized neatly would end up living like this. The knife, however, stays in ready reach. I'll return soon. Yes.
Okay, it's still your turn, but I'm gonna go grab some more water real quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're back.
Yeah, I'll be here.
それを受けて、電力ガス会社は今後数ヶ月にわたって家庭用及び事業用の両方において暖房用エネルギーの需要が大幅に高まると予想し、供給と発電能力に大きな負荷がかかると想定しています。さらに、市場予測では、灯油などの暖房燃料の輸入量が過去最高水準に達する見込みで、需要が供給を上回る可能性もあるとのことです。気象庁が公表した予報によりますと、この先2ヶ月の平均気温は、日本全国で過去15年間の平均を下回る見通しです。それを受けて、電力ガス会社は、今後数ヶ月にわたって、家庭用及び事業用の両方において、暖房用エネルギーの需要が大幅に高まると予想し、供給と発電能力に大きな負荷がかかると想定しています。さらに、市場予測では、灯油などの暖房燃料の輸入量が過去最高水準に達する見込みで、需要が供給を上回る可能性もあるとのことです。気象庁が公表した予報によりますと、この先2ヶ月の平均気温は、日本全国で過去15年間の平均を下回る見通しです。それを受けて、電力ガス会社は、今後数ヶ月にわたって、家庭用及び事業用の両方において、暖房用エネルギーの需要が大幅に高まると予想し、供給と発電能力に大きな負荷がかかると想定しています。さらに、市場予測では、灯油などの暖房燃料の輸入量が過去最高水準に達する見込みで、需要が供給を上回る可能性もあるとのことです。気象庁が公表した予報によりますと、この先2ヶ月の平均気温は、日本全国で過去15年間の平均を下回る見通しです。それを受けて、電力ガス会社は、今後数ヶ月にわたって、家庭用及び事業用の両方において、暖房用エネルギーの需要が大幅に高まると予想し、供給と発電能力に大きな負荷がかかると想定しています。さらに、市場予測では、灯油などの暖房燃料の輸入量が過去最高水準に達する見込みで、需要が供給を上回る可能性もあるとのことです。気象庁が公表した予報によりますと、この先2ヶ月の平均気温は、日本全国で過去15年間の平均を下回る見通しです。それを受けて、電力ガス会社は、今後数ヶ月にわたって、家庭用及び事業用の両方において、暖房用エネルギーの需要が大幅に高まると予想し、供給と発電能力に大きな負荷がかかると想定しています。さらに、市場予測では、灯油などの暖房燃料の輸入量が過去最高水準に達する見込みで、需要が供給を上回る可能性もあるとのことです。
Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Had to we were taking care of some chickens right now,
Mm.
and they're in a bin, and one of them just started like making a really like distress noise. So I went to go check, and it's just because one of them was on top of the brooder plate and they couldn't get to their friend.
Oh no.
So I was just like, what is happening? I hear distressed chicken.
Aw,
All
poor
right,
chicken.
go on.
The television blares away in an otherwise silent room. A report on the weather repeating, but anyone over here already knows that this year's winter is only becoming more bitter. The weather today, nearly a whiteout from the snowfall. Oh, there she is. She's gray again. Between the screen and myself, a half-eating pasta lunch sits on the table. I try to force myself to eat, but I can't muster any appetite. One of those particular dreams happened last night. Those that give me such rare happiness, only to crush it upon waking. A dream where my parents were. They were real. They spoke so clearly and looked so normal. All we did was talk. Not about anything in particular, just mundane things. Perfectly everyday scene, as if they never left me. Then the alarms blaring cracked through my thoughts. In one horrible instant, they left me again. Fading memories of home-cooked food play on in my mind. I hold on to them dearly, yet their tastes, textures grow ever more faint. The images and voices of my parents, too, grow faint. It's as if it feels as though I've lost them once, only to be losing them again. This house is too big. This world is too big. The more I try to cling on to what little I still hold dear, the more it feels adrift in a churning and storming sea. How he has to have managed, I simply don't know. I only wish that I was as strong as her. Divvy up on my meal, I take to my feet and glance out the window. The morning's harsh snow continues to fall. Hazy shadows of nearby buildings obscured by the thick white fog enveloping everything outside. She lost every soul she knew, yet so patiently listened as I talked about my own grief. A solitude of so many lifelines, yet for someone warm, so warm and kind. There's no solitude. There's no saving her from. How can Shino even contemplate making the world a better place when such injustices exist? The cold outside begins to permeate the house, the heating unable to keep up. That matters little now. Gazing at the bleak scenery outside, I resolve myself to how I'll spend the day ahead. Turning on my heel, I head towards the stairs. Cleaning up after my meal will come later. This world hardly matters. Entering the room, I stride towards the desk without hesitation and grab my knife. It's been about a week now since I visited Yasuda. A week spent surviving, but hardly living. Clutching the blade tightly, I take a long breath. Doing this now is a little easier than it was the first time. Opening the book that started it all, I flipped to one of the multicolored bookmarks stuck to its time-worn pages. Transfer, of which the scholars so called it. A spell which would alter the course of my life so drastic. Looking between the diagrams in its pages and the stained floor below, I set the knife back and I crouched down, fixing the details flips with chalk from a drawer. The wood has seen better days for my vandalism, but I've given up caring. Writing myself after a few moments of scrawling, I look down at my work, satisfied that everything is as it should be. Compared to my other experiments, with so much practice with transference, I at least need this work relatively reliable. My heart now catches on to what's happening, slowly accelerating as I pull up the sleeve to reveal my bandaged arm. Little by little, I slowly unwind the white-colored gauze in a now familiar routine. Taking the knife once more, I press the blade's edge to bare flesh. One shuddering breath is all I allow myself, in hesitation, before pulling the blade across. A yelp of pain.
You good?
Echoing. Yeah, I'm okay. A yelp of pain echoing across the room as pain lances through my consciousness. Give me one ball. I'm gonna grab a drink.
Yeah. Take your time. Take your time. Oi. Ay. So, plan is, y'all, for this afternoon to do Baldur's Gate 3 with her in the game. round 2. I think we're trying to finish wrapping up everything. I don't remember what story bit that we're on, but I think we're going down to the sewers, if I recall correctly. But yeah, that is our plan for this afternoon. I'll also be posting the schedule for next week, of course, on Sunday. Oops, All New Games is going to be half of next week. Um,
There we go.
You're back?
Sorry.
No worries.
Blood now flowing freely. I put the weapon away and focus my thoughts on the goal. It helps to push through the pain, at least a little. Kneeling down with fingers extended, warm fluid flows over them and onto the draped strong blood. My job done, I stand in the center of it all. The sky is no less surreal, no less ghastly than the first time I saw it. Pain still pulses from my fresh wound, blood dripping onto the floor beneath me. Pushing all unnecessary thoughts aside, I close my eyes, prepare myself. Happiness, for my happiness, for my love, I have to endure this. I mean, you don't really. I promise. I concentrate on imagining the symbols and patterns around me in my mind. Surrendering myself as my thoughts and emotions begin to dance into me. I let myself be carried away by the currents swirling about.
Okay, I'll go from here.
Okay.
Have we finished Act 1 yet? Actually, you know
I
what?
don't know.
I'll let you finish until I am assuming we're getting near the end of the scene. So go ahead and keep going.
Okay. How strange this false world is.
Well, I guess we're not finishing this scene. Never mind. I guess I will.
I thought we were free.
Like
I thought we were
that
finally
seemed like
free.
a really good point to go to like the next chapter or act, but okay.
I think actually we did just finish a chapter.
Yeah, we did just finish a chapter.
So
That's fair. But like,
that could be
what's
why.
funny is that we've been playing for 5.5 hours, right? And
Mhm.
we still have not unlocked the achievement of completing Act 1.
What do
Like,
you mean by that? How long is Act 1?
how long is Act 1 is my concern. If like Act 1 is 6 hours or 7 hours, does that mean that each chapter is at least 7+ hours? Like we've been reading at a pretty consistent pace too.
We have been. It's not like we're like moving super slow. If anything, we've been speeding up and still have not.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I'll go from here.
Not gonna think about it. Not gonna think about
Ugh.
it.
With my bandages rewrapped and the short trek into town made, I idly stand at the park and watch people of this place go about their day. They laugh and smile, greet and gossip. Some are tired and weary, while others gleefully skip along. They look so real, yet every last one never existed in the first place. They're all simply figments of Yasuo's imagination, memories given form and voice. The novels are usually long. I mean, that's true, but we like I said, we've been on this one act
Not
for
this long.
yeah, well, yeah, not but like for 5 hours. Like this is really long for Act 1 out of 4. I think the achievements for 4 acts.
it just it just starts moving real fast all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
it's just gonna be like,
Act 3 is like an hour long. You're like, oh, what
yeah,
happened to the rest of the act?
I swear if it does that, I'm gonna be kind of upset. It's like we did Act 1 for all the setup. It's just a long ass opening. True.
It might be. I mean, it feels like a slow burn.
A world unchanging, which will never fade nor crumble. Where Yasue is in this world, though, not sure. Resigning myself to talking with one such actor in her grand play, I walk up to a yawning elderly man as he waits on a street corner.
すみません。安江さんはどこにいるのかご存知ですか？
Excuse me, you know where Lady Yasue might be? My voice is oddly confident when talking to a total stranger. The experience feeling almost amusing knowing what I do now.
安江さんなら散歩に出られたよ。南の方に行けば見つかるはずだよ。
Lady Yasue headed out of town for a stroll, I believe. You should find her away south, young lady. He gives a perfectly reasonable reply, despite not an ounce of free will. Struck by curiosity, I wonder if...
6、パンケーキ、魚、8、車、電話。
6. Pancakes, fish, 8. Car, telephone.
悪いね、お嬢さん。そろそろ行かないと。
Sorry, young miss, but I must be getting along. With that, he turns and begins to hobble along the street. The moment anyone here gets unexpected input, they leave rather than attempt to discuss it. There are less controlled puppets and more autonomous robots parroting laughably primitive scripts. Just goes to show how little I meaningfully converse with anyone. The slightest interaction should have shown me this, yet I never even suspected so all the time I've come here. With a bemused snort, I begin to walk southward. Some ways from the town, beyond the gravel roads and wooden buildings, lie the forests surrounding Osapado. Little more than untamed wilderness, these areas would only be developed half a century later. Some birds squawk in the distance, flying freely in the azure sky above. Trees sway in the breeze, and my footsteps upon the dirt are soft. It may not be as noisy as the city, this time or mine, but life still continues here as well. Act 1 is long because I want to world build, get some character development going, so it kind of makes sense we can do that without being long. Well, like, Act 1, we have established the rules of this world. Hey, by the way, I'm doing this to myself to come see you. 3 potential love interests. The lesson of how can I make bloodletting into a weapon. The truth revealed that Yasue is making an illusion of all of this, and now we're here. All of that has happened in Act 1.
And everything is fine.
Yeah, like, I feel like the oops, I'm lying to you about how this world works would have been like an Act 3 kind of thing, and then like talk about it in Act 4, the finale, of being like, you don't have to be
Now-
alone.
I gotta wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, like the thing is that like you've done this in Act 1, so where do we go from here? Because it can only be not bad as in like, oh god, it's written badly, but like bad as in like, oh my god, how could you have done this to yourself bad?
Imagine we just meet the sister all of a sudden,
God.
right?
Searching for Yasue takes some time, but she finally comes to view some distance ahead. Seeing where she is, it's no wonder she was hard to find. Holy aim gonna be in Act 1? It's not wrong. Like, it's crazy that so much has happened in Act 1. And again, we've been reading at a reasonable pace, because it's like Act 1, scene, like, 9 that we're in right now. Like, we're really far. But I'm just so used to the other games being like, Act 1 ends at, like, scene 3 or 4, then we move on to the next act. So, like, this one, they really, like, put a lot of effort into Act 1.
安江、こんなところでどうしたの？
Yasue, what are you doing here?
あら、ずいぶんな挨拶だこと。
That's quite a way to greet someone. She gives a churlish grin as I walk between the trees to find her. The woman quite content to remain exactly where she is. Once again, I'm reminded of so many old photos with stiff and formal people captured in those rigid poses for years to come. You know, I'm going to point out something too. I know we're getting distracted, but I'm going to point out something that happened earlier in the story that contradicts with the information that we've been given. So, how she like said, "Hey Yasue, I don't actually teleport my body to this time prison. I'm teleporting my soul, my consciousness here because I recorded with my phone my body being unconscious for 3 hours." But how does that explain we took a photo of us and Yasue together and at the bar with the librarian and the other girl, they saw the photo? Melty? Melty. Hello? I don't know if Melty stepped away. She didn't mute herself, did she?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, did you hear what I asked?
No, I had a phone call all of a sudden.
It's okay. I was
Sorry,
just
what
like,
happened?
did she mute herself? Did she hear me?
No, I had to run away for a sec.
It's all good. I asked the question of because we there was a bit of information contradictory information given as
Hmm.
well as like the realization of what happened because like how Honoka was like, hey, yeah, whenever I come here, it's I don't actually like transport my body, it's just my soul because I used my
Mm,
phone to record my body for 3 hours and it was just sitting there.
yeah.
But how were we able to take a photo of ourselves and Yasue and it still be on our phone for the people in the present to see it at the
Wait,
bar?
you're right.
Right? I'm not
You're
crazy in
right.
that.
No, you're not. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so like it was a cute moment, but like you now that you've established that you don't actually body go there.
Concept, right? Hear
Yeah,
me out here.
go ahead.
What it actually is that on the days that she has enough blood in her system, it comes, the everything transfers. On the days that she doesn't have enough blood, no transfer.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Like
Because she's clearly low on the blood thing.
so if it's like a good day, like my whole body goes, but if it's a bad day, nah.
Yeah.
Hi, Cyan. Sorry, we're talking about how the logistics of like the information given that the story has given us doesn't line up with what's happened in the story so far.
No, just
But anyway, so back to story.
now we're making up bullshit excuses for
Yeah.
a story that just forgot its own lore.
She gives a churlish grin as I walk through the trees to find her, the woman quite content to remain exactly where she is. Once again, I'm reminded of so many old photos with stiff and formal people captured in those rigid poses for years to come. Never did they stand in a forest, lazily basking in the warmth around them. Yet I'm glad for it. We parted on such awful terms, but now she couldn't look more different. To smile in so cruel a prison. I was so glad to see her, and even now I feel at ease in her world. I'm left to wonder how she sees me. Find that calm and contented smile.
ほのか、元気にしていたかしら？
How are you, my dear Honoka?
ええ、そうね。
I'm
特に
fine.
変わったこともないし。
Not much changes for me.
私の方も 特に変わったことはないわね。
Not much changes for me either. She gives a small giggle at her joke, but I can't laugh long. Does she expect me to just ignore what we share with each other? The loss we've both felt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
move
yeah.
on.
Yasue's smile soon falters. No, she didn't expect me to forget my mourning. She wanted me to move past it, as she has. But I'm not that strong. I'm not as good of a person as everyone thought I was.
どうして安江はそんな風にしていられるの？
How do you do this, Yasue?
そんな風って何のことかしら？
Do what?
笑うこと。
Smile. A silence follows. For all of Yasue's attempts to lighten the mood, I've simply thrown it all back at her. I feel terrible for doing so, but among so many things I don't understand, that's one of the least. As Yasue's attention turns upward, I follow her gaze. A brilliant and cloudless sky hangs high above us, light shining through the canopies of the trees. I wonder how long it's been since I saw a vivid, clear day like this.
悲しむべきなのかしらね。
I should be sad, shouldn't I?
ここにいる皆が偽物だもの。でもね、また誰かを失う喪失感に耐えられなかったの。それだけのためにこの力を使うなんて、軽率で身勝手じゃないかしら。
Everyone here is fake after all. I just couldn't...
どう？
1 second. There we go. Everyone here is fake after all. I just couldn't bear the solitude of losing anybody else. When I think about it that way, it's such a frivolous way to use these powers, isn't it?
そんなのみんな同じよ。死ぬのは怖いから考えたくもない。もし私に安江と同じ才能があったら同じことをしたと思う。
Everyone is like that, though. Death is so scary. We don't even want to think about it. If I had your magic, I'm sure I'd do the same.
私たち魔術師がなぜ力を持っているのか、理由は誰にもわからないの。異常なほど寿命が長いものや、恐ろしい力を振るう者もいる。
Nobody knows why we mages have the powers we do. Some of us have inhuman lifespans. Others can summon terrible powers.
だから私たちを本当に人間と呼べるのか疑問に思う人もいる。
This all leads to some doubt whether we can still be considered human at all.
安江はどう思ってるの？
Do you?
前は疑っていたわ。でも答えが見つかるのは100年後になりそうね。
I did wonder. The answer would come to me in 100 years' time.
この世界は鮮やかで明るいけれど、どんなに頑張っても自分を騙して信じきることはできなかった。時が経つにつれて、私はたくさんの感情や気持ちを失い、それに耐えようと自分を鈍らせていった。
This world looks so vivid and bright, but try as I might, I couldn't truly fool myself into believing in it. Over time, I lost so many feelings and emotions, telling myself to cope.
でも、ほのかが来てくれたから。
Ever since you arrived here, though,
初めて感情を取り戻せたのよ。
for the first time, I felt again. So many emotions and memories I thought lost returned to me brighter than they'd ever been before.
助けられなくてごめんなさい。頑張ったけど私じゃどうにもならなくて。
I'm sorry that I couldn't save you. I tried so hard, but
あなたはもう私を救ってくれたのよ。
but you did save me, Honoka.
だから
That's why. I'm left a little confused as she pauses. The air about her is somehow different than usual. The warm sun beams down the field around us, basking in its bright gaze. The grass around us rustles in the breeze, slowly picking up to a gentle wind.
ほのか、ちょっと目を閉じてもらえる？
Honoka, Could you close your eyes a moment?
Oh.
I guess. Trusting in her, I obediently shut my eyes. Something swirls about me, my heart racing at not knowing what's happening. A wash of cold envelopes my body, but I tell myself to keep them shut. Thank you. You can open them now.
Oh,
Opening my eyes, they at first need some time to adjust to the light. It's only after a few seconds that I realize the scene surrounding us. Flicking my head to and fro, I stumble about as I try to keep track of the small lights darting between the trees. Hundreds, thousands of fireflies dance about us in the night air as I shift about. My mother and father stand behind me as I skip through the gardens, my yukata flapping about as I run around. My eyes try to follow one, only for another to zip by and take my attention. So ethereal, so magical, compared to the mundane glitzy streets of downtown. I turn back to my parents to exclaim how amazing they are, and a woman stands patiently, content to smile and watch me. Her yellow yukata matches her eyes, their glow no less bright than the fireflies around us.
安江、どうして？
Yasue, how did you...
what?
As her magically imbued eyes join the fireflies' glow in the night's darkness, the reason is perfectly clear.
ここにいる人たちだけじゃない。この世界そのものもあなたが作ったの。
It isn't just the people here. You conjured this world as well.
最初の頃は幻想の世界を作っていたわ。全く違う可能性に満ち溢れた世界を何百通りも作ったの。でもいくら作っても奪い去られた世界への憧れを抑えきれなかった。
At first, I created fantastical realms. There were dozens, perhaps hundreds of them, all different and wild. Yet no matter how many I created, I couldn't bear my longing for the world I had ripped from me.
正気を保っていられるように知っている世界を可能な限り再現したの。現実に限りなく近い人たちがいる世界をね。
To stop myself going mad, I recreated the world as I knew it. A world populated by people close enough to real.
その世界が私たちが今いる世界よ。
That world is the one that we're in now.
すごいよ、安江。私には到底できない。
You're amazing, Yasue. I couldn't do anything like this.
いいえ、ほのか。あなたはもっと素晴らしいことをしてくれた。
You did something better, Honoka.
私を救ってくれたのだもの。
You saved me.
私は現実とのつながりを失い、自分の作り出した世界に没頭して永遠の孤独を生きていた。封印されたなんてなかったかのように振る舞って生きてきたの。そのうち自ら進んで正気を手放し、自分自身さえ見失ってしまったと思っていた。
I lost touch with reality, facing an eternity in solitude. I fell into the delusional reality I'd created, living as if the ceiling has never happened. I thought that I'd willfully lost my mind and my very sense of self.
でもね、ほのか、あなたが証明してくれたの。私にはまだ人間らしさが残っているって。
Honoka, you proved
素晴らしくも恐ろしくもある人間だということを。
you proved that I'm still human. Wonderfully, horribly human. As I look at her smiling face, her hand reaches out towards me. At first, she cradles my cheek before gently stroking the side of my face. Far from recoiling, I find myself melting at her touch. I wonder, how long has it been since I felt the warmth of another? Far, far too long. The simple feeling of a gentle hand on my cheek is overwhelming. Yasue's kind face looking almost fragile as she shakily speaks.
だから私を救えなかっただなんて言わないで。ほのかはもういろんなものをくれたわ。
Don't say anything. Don't say something like, I couldn't save you. You've already given me so much. Like, Melty, am I
Yeah.
wrong in assuming that, like, this really does feel like an Act 4 finale, like we're wrapping the story up?
It like this feels like a happy ending type thing.
Yeah, like, if suddenly the game's just gonna be like, oops, here's all the achievements all at once. But, like, I could have sworn it said Act 1 still when we went to another chapter.
I mean, it didn't show anything that would say like. Usually, like it'll signal that like it's it's changing like full chapters.
Yeah, but, like, it's written so, like, end of story kind of thing.
Can you hit the save and it might tell you?
I'm gonna save just in case. It doesn't say where we are. Okay, well.
私を解放できなくてもいい。毎日ここに来てくれなくてもいいし、現実世界のことを教えてくれなくてもいい。血の魔法だって完全に理解しようとしなくていいの。そんなこと気にしないわ。
It's okay if you can't free me. You don't need to come here every day or show me everything of the real world. You don't need to learn everything about blood magic. I don't care about any of that.
あなたがいてくれるだけで嬉しいの。
I'm just glad that you exist.
ほのかが生きて存在している。それだけで十分幸せよ。
Just existing is enough, Honoka. I'm so very, very glad that you exist. As long as I can remember, I was meant to be a high achiever, get good marks, be the best I could be. I'd go on to do great things if I applied myself. Is this really fine? Is it okay to stop? I never even considered the possibility. As she cradles my cheek, I know that look in her eyes. Then she's seen right through me. Perhaps it's the wisdom of age, or simply my nature being easy to read. I've never been a good liar. For the first time, nothing stands between us. The person before me isn't some grand mage nor a wizened older woman. She's simply human. Wonderfully, beautifully human. As we look at each other, my heart aches. Our eyes close to the fireflies around us. The last barrier between us is gone, the two of us moving to the same script. Yasue gently lowers herself, my chin rising to meet her lips, and...
Are you sure?
Again, this feels like this is the end of the story.
This feels like Act 4 behavior.
I always thought my heart was supposed to race at a time like this. That I was supposed to be a mess of feelings in my mind, a jumbled heap. Because, okay, so in the other visual novels I've played that have a romantic plot, right? The kiss comes in like Act 2, Act 3 kind of deal, or maybe even Act 4, not Act 1.
Yeah, this feels like this doesn't feel like like Act 1 behavior.
Yeah. I mean, either we're moving really fast, or there was some translation errors on what was an act and a scene.
It might be the translation errors, now that I think about it.
We'll see. We'll see. I always thought my heart was supposed to race at a time like this. That I was supposed to be a mess of feelings in my mind, a jumbled heap. Yet as I feel Yasue's soft lips against mine, tinged by the salt of my tears, my mind is clearer than it has ever been. For the first time I can remember, my feelings make sense. I truly love this woman. Nobody else remember me. My existence is no less fleeting than the apparitions Yasue conjures. While this world may be false, our two souls are real. More real, it feels, than my own world. Act 1, Scene 9. Melty. I'm so confused.
Great, I'm scared.
Um.
I'm scared.
All right. Well, your turn to read.
All right, let's do it. The walk to the cemetery for me from home is a long one, with little to see, and few passing along a road so far from the city. The journey forces a certain amount of reflection. The odd car driving by only actually accentuates the solitude. And my destination comes into view. I wonder how often I should be coming here. It's a difficult question to ask of anyone. If nothing else, I suppose such visits at least keep the grave in good maintenance. Coming to the ostentatious open grave gates, I head in without hesitation. Packed to the Asakawa grave is, after some meandering at first, etched on my mind. A dusting of snow lies atop of the stone, but everything looks to be in order other. Cold and impersonal as a stone monument baby. This is all I have. The waves become smaller, she said. Give me a sigh. I try to refocus my thoughts by flicking off what snow I can. The grave looks a little neater for the effort, for a little neater for the effort, as I step back and brush the frost off my now cold hand. What I intended to say flows from my lips before I know it, as if my thoughts could wait no more.
お母さん、お父さん、私、好きな人ができたよ。
My head. I found someone I love.
その人に会うのは大変だし、私より年上なんだけどね。すごく優しいの。もっと違う状況で出会えてたらと思うこともあるけど、その人と一緒にいると幸せだよ。
That really isn't easy to see her. It isn't easy to see her, and she's older than I am. But she's kind to me. I wish we had met under different circumstances, but I'm happy with her. The cold stone gives no reply. Even as I talk of happiness, a lump is in my throat. But, my love has to be qualified in so many ways. Even now, I can't see yes of it. A light in my life has finally appeared, yet it flickers so dimly. All I can do is clutch at it tightly, for it's all I have. Yasu has survived so many years by herself, and the sheer thought of such a fate horrified me. I wish I could be half as strong as she is. But yet she doesn't begrudge me for that at all. While I've studied Isabella de Mora's notes, there's not one way to avoid the tide I have to. Even other spells are worthless, doing nothing more than objects conjured for blood. To distract myself from my thoughts, I sweep the last of the snow off the gravestone's top. There is, at least, a certain satisfaction in cleaning, of writing the words, even in so small, trivial way. My job done, I look at my surroundings. Not a soul is to be seen, except but on this cold winter's day, save a solitary woman up ahead. The vivid red of her kimono pierces the white snow as it falls. She stands alone in haunting silence, just as she always has. Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah, it's the one
Then
about the
she
burn
turns.
mark.
Oh, recognize her. Then she turns. My eyes quickly flick downward as she begins to walk in my direction, cursing myself for having stared for such a long time, or at such a bad time. Clatter, clatter. Her wooden zori follows a small dip as she steps along the concrete path. Clatter, clatter. Her graceful footsteps ring out as regular as a metronome. Clatter. I have like 15 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
The next stop never comes. My heart skips a beat as I notice the woman come to a stop beside me.
浅川さんかしら。
Miss Asakawa? With no small amount of hesitation, I turn to face the source of that dual sit voice, like a penitent schoolchild. And now that I get a better look at the woman, I wasn't wrong about her being a matriarch. Younger than normal, perhaps, but no less stately and aloof in her demeanor. Most striking isn't her clothing, nor the air about her, but her eyes. Those same deep black eyes are strangely captivating, alluring, yet unsettling at the same time. An abyss I can already feel myself sinking into as I meekly stare up at her. Utterly lost for words as a snow pulls about. A passing thought crosses my mind. What kind of life gives someone such a gaze?
時々私を見ていたでしょ。理由を聞いてもいいかしら。
Because you're very pretty? My bad! I've noticed you watched me every so often. May I ask why? I could feel my cheeks blush instantly, awkwardly averting my face to hide it. All I can offer is silence. What other response can I possibly give? Closing her eyes, she thankfully left the point go.
そう。なら答えなくてもいいわ。代わりに
I'll
私のわがままを聞いてもらえるかしら。少し話に付き合ってほしいの。
spare you answering that case. Would you allow me to indulge myself with selfishness instead, in telling a small tale? I absentmindedly nod. The fact that we're so clearly alone as she says this plays on my mind. She squarely wanted to talk to me, and only me.
この町にかつて一人の少女がいた。少女の名は勝子。
There was once a young girl of the sea. Her name was Gatsu.
少女は早熟で周りに興味を示さない子だった。大人たち
She
はどれ
brewed
ほ
her
ど構おうとしても誰かと話すより一人きりで本を読むのが好きだった。
She brewed precocious, yet disinterested in those around her. Despite the prodding of her elder, she enjoyed the company of books more than people.
両親はそんな娘を溺愛し、どんな興味や好奇心だろうと満たそうとした。少女はやがてすぐに自分だけの図書室を築き上げ、壁に囲まれた小さな世界だけで満足していた。
Her parents doted on her regardless, indulging her interest in any topic and any curiosity. She soon amassed a small library of her own, and the world within her own four walls, it being, was big enough to see her.
でもそれはある冬の夜に終わった。静かに降る雪とまばゆいばかりの橙色の炎。その光景が少女の心に深く刻まれた。
That ends one winter's night. The image of slowly but gently falling snow, illuminated by the bright orange flame, etched into her mind.
火は瞬く間に木造の建物に燃え広がり、夜が明ける頃にはその家のみならず町の大部分が焼け落ちていた。少女は傷を負いながらも生き延びたが、愛情深い両親は灰となっていた。
The fire spread in a flash through the wooden structures, for not only would the house succumb overnight, but much of the town around her. The child emerged scarred, yet alive. Of her doting parents, there remained no more than ashes.
辛かったでしょうね。
I'm sorry. She merely closes her eyes. This moment of silence, saying more than any words could. Some wounds are too deep for time to ever heal. She cast her eyes to where she lay. The gravestone blotched with lichen, its company corners weathered. Without me, this grave too will eventually suffer the same fate. The similarity of our past doesn't go unnoticed. Of all the places to feel a connection with another,
ずっと一人きりだったんですか？
so you were alone?
いいえ、それは違う。
No, not quite. Her eyes lazily rolled back to me. Every action she takes feels like as if bored with the very act of moving.
もう一人生き残った子供がいたの。その少女には姉がいたのよ。父親は違うけれど、二人とも 魔術師の血を引いていた。
Another child survived, but that young girl had a sister. These two were born to different fathers, for their bloodlines, those of mages. Oh, oh
Oh
shit,
no. Oh,
oh shit.
okay.
一人は人との付き合いを避け、もう一人は人を愛した。そして他人の注目を浴びることを人生の糧とし、会う人すべてを魅了した。そんな二人だったからかしらね。才能は正反対だった。
Where one avoided company, the other adored it. She lived for the attention of others and charmed anyone she met. Perhaps it was fitting the two powers would be also the opposite.
火事の後、町は無言の裁定を下した。一方には哀れみを、一方には糾弾を。
For the fire, silent judgment would be rendered by the town. One would be pitied, and the other blamed. Those black eyes leer over me, emotionless as the true meaning of her words washes over me. If one lives so long through her magic, then the mage before me might be. At once I feel panic, a deep urgency to do anything, say something, yet neither my mouth nor body will move. Yasuo's sister, the one who sealed her away so long before me, or long ago, is the one before me? Far from talking me out of my fear, she simply observes me with an distant interest. How does she know of us? What can I do? What she's told me? What would Yasue herself think were I to tell her?
どうして私にその話を。
Why tell me this? My words feel pathetic. Timothy stuttered through the cold air.
悲しみを抱えているのはあなただけじゃない。周りを見なさい。その証がたくさんあるわ。
You are not alone in your sorrows. Surrounding us are so many testaments to that fact.
夏の花は枯れ、秋の葉は落ちる。移ろいゆく世界に私たちは抗う運命にある。人間の永遠の愚行に対して、そして冬の雪が舞い降りる。
The flowers of summer shall wither. The leaves of summer shall fall. Leaves of autumn shall fall. Against the transient world, we are doomed to defiance, the eternal folly of man. And so, the winter snow falls.
あらゆるものが過ぎ去っていく。私たちは時の流れの前では風に舞う花びらのようなもの。
Things will pass. We are but the petals on the wind, as such forces. All sense of panic has evaporated, and she falls silent, giving way to a gray hopelessness. She has no intention of harming me. There's simply nothing I can say against her, nor anything I can do. And she knows it.
物事が変わらないでほしいと思うのは普通のことでは。こんな風になりたくないって思うのも普通のことだと思う。
Isn't it normal to want things to stay as they are? Isn't it normal to not want this?
永続性を望むとはいかにも人間らしいわね。でも私たちは変化する世界に生まれた。愛するものはなくなり、家は変わり、慣れ親しんだ風習も徐々に馴染みのないものへと変わっていく。それが私たちの運命よ。
It's only human to want permanency. Yet, we are born to a changing world. Don't we love a past? Times change, and the culture we once knew will slowly become unrecognizable. This is our fate.
抗おうとしたものの多くが狂気の深みに落ちていった。そうしなかった者たちは歴史に暗い物語を刻んだ。
Others are those who time attempted to define. Many have fallen to the depths of madness. Others have created the darkest chapters of history.
浅川ほのか、他人に執着しても苦しむだけよ。飲み込まれたくなければ手放すことを知りなさい。
There is only suffering to be found in touching to others. Asaka. Learn to let go. Yes, you be consumed.
飲み込まれる？何に？誰に？
Consumed? By what? By who? My last words were dripped unanswered onto the cold breeze. The clatter of wooden sandals against concrete, ringing out once more. So she knows my full name as well. If I would ask how, I know I wouldn't get an answer. So all I can do is watch as she leaves. That blonde woman opening the door of a waiting car for me. Lady Unahata, what kind of past has she led for so many years to give her such odds?
Is that the end of Act 1? It never
No.
ends. Melty, it never
No.
ends.
God, free us.
Okay.
Free us.
I think we're going to call it there for today, because you said you got to go, and I think it's a really, really good stopping point.
Yeah.
But, like, what? So much shit has happened in Act 1.
God. Dear God. We're never getting out of here.
Yeah, it would be like Act 3, with like middle of Act 3, you have to kiss, and then at the end of Act 3, yeah, I'm Yasue's sister that locked her away. Act 4, we're going to figure out how to fuck get you out. Like, oh my god.
I will just say, this is probably a sign that, like, there's some crazy shit going on in the future.
Oh, 100%. Well, Melty, thank you for joining me. Appreciate you here.
Thank you for having me.
Where can people find you?
I am available on all platforms under MeltiHeart.
Right.
With multiple. Yeah.
Because
I'm pretty easy to find.
Yeah. As people who might not know,
hard
you did have a different username, so you are under the name MeltiHeart. So be sure to look for MeltiHeart.
Yeah.
But
I
again,
mean, hard to miss.
yeah, thank you for joining me for this read along of getting more and more. Where can we go from here?
So I looked for a second just to see if we were messing up. No, this is a real long game. I don't know how long this game is.
Like, whoever said that this game is like 6 to 8 hours is a liar.
It's so the thing is that it's 6 to 8 hours of like evil, of evil speed. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, you're holding
skipping
down
everything.
Oh yeah, you're holding down the control key to just skip through all the text.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They sped run it.
No.
Yes.
This is gonna be a very long game.
Because I saw someone that did, I think, Act 4. And they were just like, that was like 4 hours.
Okay.
Just Act 4 alone. We're going to be here for a while.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate
course,
ya.
man.
Meantime, we are going to raid Heronix, who is the reader of our other Studio Lawn read along. I can't spell her name anytime. Good God. Control C. And I hope you have a good rest of your day, Melty.
You too. Next week?
Yes, next Friday morning should be good.
All
right.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much again, Melty, for joining us for this read along. This is wild that it's lasted this long. But hey, you know what? We're gonna have a good time with it. We're gonna raid Heronix. We're playing Date Everything. I will be back this afternoon at 2 p.m. CST. We'll get to the rest of your day. And until next time, y'all, have a good one. Bye-bye.